What's going on, world? It's your boy Bryson Boom Paul here for This Is 50, man. We got a great one, another great one, man. If you guys don't know, man, we got the Bomb Squad till this
Yay.
day. To this day in the building, man. We got the one and only man, the most feared man in boxing. We got Deontay Wilder in the building, the Bronze Bomber himself. What's going on with you, sir?
I'm doing well, pretty good, man. I can't complain at all. How about yourself?
I'm great. I'm great, man. Now we got to ask you, man, you getting back into this return October 15th against Robert Helenius. So I want to
Yeah,
ask you
man.
first and foremost, man, you just came off of you coming back on a second reign, you call it, man. 10 title defenses, a war with Tyson Fury, and a whole new skill set and a devastating power punch that you've always had. But a lot of people are saying, you improved on it. So I got to ask you, first and foremost, is Deontay Wilder still the most feared man in boxing?
I believe so, most definitely. They fear me because I have unbelievable power. I have God given. And when you in the when you're in the hurt business and you know those punches hurt, you don't really want to go against a guy like me. You try to avoid me as much as possible until you see dollar signs or where things can, profit yourself. But I'm not a person that people just are willing to give an opportunity to. All my career, I had to make opportunities for myself. I had to come, you know, kicking in the door for the opportunity. They didn't open the door for me, and the darker your skin, the even harder it becomes. So, along my journey on my way, I've always had to go over bumps and hurdles in the roads, always closed doors. But like I said, I had to kick them open and allowed me to be who I am, to stand for what I stand for today. Because they say if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything. And my mind and my heart rules over my mind. My heart rules over my mind a lot of times, and it allows me to be where I am. Because a lot of people would think the mind ruled everything, but your mind don't control your body. Your heart does. Because many times your mind will tell you gotta quit. Don't do it. You're not good enough. You would think what people would say about you, but your heart would tell you, "I die for this." You understand me?
Right.
So it's good. This rain, the second rain is gonna be a great rain. It's a happy rain for me. I'm always in peace and and have happiness in my life. I mean, happiness and peace. I think that is wealth. A lot of people look at money and what it can do financially for you and what it can take you. Yeah, but you don't have your happiness and your peace. How far did that money really takes you? Because you can have it all and be miserable. You know, but I'm just happy for this. I'm just happy to be back. Especially for the fans. And as I gave my first rain 110%, I'm gonna do the same thing for the second rain. So Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center, October the 15th will be calm. I'm looking forward to coming to the Barclays Center as well, where some of my most devastating, my most electrifying and explosive knockout has happened. So it's going to be a refreshing treat for me, as well as the fans as well.
No doubt, no doubt. Now you said you, along with your return, man, you have the expectation of fighting 3 times a year. But I want to ask you first and foremost, man, being a black man in America and being a black man in the sport, I gotta ask you, how's your mental health right now? And what are your thoughts on the current mental health awareness going on in boxing with people like Ryan Garcia and Adrian Broner, admitting mental health issues before their fights and withdrawing and whatnot?
Yeah, my mental health is I'm at a great place. I'm at a stable status, and it's very important that you go get checked out. I've been an advocate of advising all fighters, no matter if you're in tough fights or easy fights, go get tested, go get your MRIs, go get the CAT scans, go get the brain scans. What I mean? Go get your blood tested, do all those different tests because externally we may feel good, after a fight, especially upon a win, you feel good, you feel like nothing's wrong or whatever. You may have lumps on your head. And you got to keep in mind the head is not meant to be hit in the first place. Any doctor would tell you that. And that's why I always say we risk our lives for other entertainment. and there's no price on that, And I've always all fighters go get tested and see, because internally it could be saying a different story, and it could save your life as well, And this is coming from someone that get tested after every fight myself, and certain things I found that have accumulated over the time that I didn't even know about, but because I'm feeling good or whatever, didn't have to take the necessary needs to go to a doctor and get checked out. But I advise all to go, and you know, it's a lot of mental health in the business of boxing. A lot of these guys, they don't want to share certain things that goes on with them, and and when they do, do it, sometimes they get crucified for it or whatever, because people look at us as robots. It's feel that we just supposed to train and fight. It's a gladiator business for sure, but at the end of the day, we're still human. We're still somebody husband, somebody father, somebody brother, uncle. And the list goes on and on. And and when these guys come out like that, I understand it because I'm in the business. And it's like they probably held this in for so long because they don't, as fighters, we don't want to seem weak, or as men in general, especially in the black population, we are taught to stay tough, be tough, don't show no too much love, because love will get you killed. And it's just some of the wrong teaching, because I love love. You know what I mean? I love to be able to go up and hug you and say, brother, I love you, and really mean that. You understand what I'm saying? As I pass up on my positive energy to you and you do the same, it only a positive result come out of this meeting that we have with each other. And that's what I always look at in life, just positivity. And with the mental illness again hit over and over again, there's some serious shit going on in boxing for sure. And a lot of guys don't want to come out because they don't want to feel weak, or feel like they're being less of a man or whatever. They got to keep that role going for themselves. But it's okay. It's okay. Just like crying is okay. It's nothing like uh, um clearing out things when you cry. It's just a refreshment. It's a cleansing that it's okay to do. But it's really a serious thing in boxing, and that's a lot of other things that's going on. But because you got to understand, the body is getting beat, it's getting pounded on for rounds and rounds of a time at a time. So, but I'm proud of those guys to come out to, tell the world. I'm a private person. I don't know. I want to share the world any type of illness that I would have going on, because it's my business and I handle accordingly. But my hat go off to those guys to come out and just come out in the plain sight of view and let everybody know what's going on with them. Hopefully, they can get it all together, and on a fast way of recovering, or whatever it takes to live a normal life. So big respect to those guys.
Now you mentioned being somebody's, father, husband, uncle, cousins, and whatnot. I gotta ask you, you decided to come back for your second reign, and your children were very excited. But one thing about that, man, they obviously family and love is the most important thing at the end of the day. But I want to ask you, what was the conversation with your fiance about your return? Because that's something that's a whole different. Like the kids is excited, but your significant other has a whole different perspective on what's going
Right.
on. I ask you.
Most definitely. Well, she know that she's I put it like this, she's always supportive in anything that I love, because she know if I love it, then I'm wholehearted in it. I give it all. I'm all for it. I'm gonna go hard for it. And so she's very supportive in any decision that I make. She know that if I made the decision, that I'm responsible enough to continue on and practice the craft of what it needs to be great. Because I always tell people we all have greatness in us, but greatness is only determined by service. So every time I'm waking, man, it's a blessing to be able to wake, because of the inevitable that follows us every day. we're not promised. What we say we're promised in the Bible, it says 70 some years plus.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people, they don't even want to get old. But you don't want to die young though. What is it? You don't want to get old, but you don't want to die young. Let's make a decision. So, she support me in everything that I do, and I love her so much for it as I support her. That would make us a great team, and be able to raise all these children that we have. And so it wasn't, when I made the decision, it was like, here we go. Let's get back to training. And let's be in great. And this is going to be a great reign for me the second time around because I only have 3 years left, 3.5 to the end of 40. There's a lot of people come out say a lot of things about me, media wise because they rather be first than being correct. And but you hear it first and you hear it from my mouth. Like by the end of 40, I'm done. That's it. I got like 3.5, whatever. I'm done.
And then you mentioned, I mean, along with love, man, you got brotherly love in your corner, man. Your younger
Yeah.
brother Marcellus is also a boxer too. So I want to ask you, man, brother to brother, what was that conversation like when he was like, "Yo, I'm coming back, I'm returning." You got your brother in your corner. He also box. He know everything that go in and out of the ring, man. So what was that conversation like?
Yeah, everybody was excited. Everyone. I don't know anyone that only people that really questioned me and had a talk with me is my financial advisors. My financial group, and they was the only one like, Champ, do you really want to do it? Why you want to do this? Why you don't need it? You don't need to do it no more. Why you still want to do this? We got many plans that we got for you, and this is this. So they was the only people, which I love that because you know so many people steals from you, and so many people is they want you to continue on so they can try to do so many different things. Man, you got to watch people nowadays. It's crazy. For us trusting. But it's a good feeling to know people have my back, especially financially. When you have so many children, you try to build for them, and you make sure they're safe and secured, even when you're not here. You know, and my guys have done a great job for me. So, but other than that, everybody else just been happy, excited of my return. So, with that being said, it's full throttle from here. So I've already had my first camp. I ended it with 407 rounds on top of running Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And now we're back at it. I'm back home in my hometown, Alabama. We're starting back up with this portion of camp with sparring. So I'm looking forward. I got training later on today, so I'm looking forward to getting back into the groove of things.
Now the internet, man, has been talking about, this new technique, this new power that you found that people are reporting on, man. Care to share on that?
Say what?
Robert Helenius in trouble? Let's go. Let's talk
So
about it.
they said I found some new power.
They said, man, the internet be talking, man. They said, they got videos of you training, working on your speed, working on your power.
Right.
It's like, Deontay Wilder got a new technique, a new knockout power that he's about to expose.
Man,
Unload on Helenius in this October 15th fight. So
we definitely been training hard. I've been going through territories that I've never entered before, doing rounds that I've, for us 30, 40 rounds a day and stuff like that I've never done before. So it's been a great feeling. And just to have a feeling of training till you feel like you're about to die, it's became an addicting feeling. Like I must feel it. It's a craving feeling for me, and yeah, we're going, limits that we never crossed before. So doing different things, just doing all the right things. I love learning, especially as a person in life. I love learning, and we continue to grow. We'll continue to learn, and we'll see what happens. October the 15th is going to be a special moment in time for me as well as the fans. So, you know, they know when a Deontay Wilder is about to fight. They know you to be prepared to come as your best dressed, and you're going to be sitting on the edge of your seat the whole time. That's for sure, because you don't know when it's going to happen. But when it's happened, bam, baby, good night.
Now, Deontay, man, you are not only the most feared man in boxing, man, but the most desired man in boxing when it comes to these big fights. Man, you're in a division that has a lot of big names attached to you as their opponents that they want to fight for mega fights or super fights or title fights at that. But being that you have three fights a year planned for yourself, man, how do you balance doing those super fights compared to what you want to do really is unify or returning yourself to unify the title?
Well, it's gonna take a lot of TLC. It's gonna take a lot of body maintenance, as well. Just keeping my body, clear and free, and doing the right things throughout the time, because the business of boxing is a year-round thing. So you gotta get that body maintenance, and I don't think fighters do it enough. We have what we have camps that we prepare ourselves, and we get ourselves together for the stint of that time for months or whatever. But after that, after when we're not fighting, I don't think we're doing the same, recovery things to keeping our body healthy as when we're finna get ready to fight. So with that being said, it had to be a year-round thing. And in my estate in Alabama, I have a recovery center there, along with a gym and recovery center. So year round, I'm gonna be just TLC, some 10 to 11 count on my body, and keeping it maintenance, keeping my masseuse out, doing things, ice cold tubs, the cryo machine, all those different things. I'm gonna really take advantage of it, because I'm serious about the 3 times a year fight, continuing that. And only 3 years. As you know, man, I always tell young people that once you reach 25, it's like a roller coaster. It go downhill from there. So you better have your stuff together. Before you know it, you'll be 30 and 35, 40, 50. Life goes fast, and we saying 3 years, but man, that shit's right down the street. You know what I'm saying? Well, in my eyes, because especially when you're so busy in life that you look up, man, it can be January. When you look up again, it's March. And like again, it's Christmas almost again. Like what a time! How it flew by so fast. So I mean, every day is precious, and you got to take it and for what it's worth, and be ready to go when the time needed. Because when it's gone, man. You can't look back. You can only look forward. Look forward. That's all I'm about.
And then lastly, man, you said you're done at 40. But I gotta ask you, do you have any plans on staying around in the sport, man? You got a personality, so we can see you as a correspondent, we can see you as a promoter, we can see you as a coach also, man. Do you have any plans on sticking around boxing after 40?
I got some plans. I do got some plans. It may not be the commentating or what your regular fighter, I mean, you see, coming back to the sport. I got something special coming. I don't want to put it out just yet until everything is developed and beginning to unfold. But I got something that's gonna help a lot of fighters. I'm in the belief of, excuse me, I'm in the belief of helping fighters, reach their full potential, and gaining all their money in the business, because this is a tough business to be in, and we sacrifice, like, again, we sacrifice our life. And I think that get overlooked many times, because you can see many promoters and managers, you know, 100 years old and still multimillionaires. While you see fighters, even some way back in the day, like, man, that man was bad, man. That man did this, and he have nothing to show for. He have nothing to provide for a family. But those that promoted him and managed them, they still have it. They still have millions. And their kids and their grandkids and great grandkids, all that are still, moving forward and can be helped. But the fighter, they only was something that was in the past, and it shouldn't be like that when we risk our lives. So I got some things coming in the works, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but yeah. So it's gonna be good, man.
Yeah, well, definitely before all of that, man, we got Robert Helenius October 15th at the Barclays Center, man. The bronze Bomber is back, man. You know, it's happy to have you back. It's great to have you back, man. We look forward to the many great fights that you give us in these upcoming years. You know, it's bittersweet to see you retire at 40, or if you decide, I don't know, we don't believe it, never say never. You know how
That's right.
never say never. But man, like I said, it's a pleasure just you taking the time out and being a true king in the sport, and just being a true king in life, and just being an example for the Black culture, man. We salute you. Look forward to your fight October 15th. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's on pay-per-view. If you can't make it to the Barclays Center, but I guarantee you should make it to the Barclays Center, because
I'm on with it.
he always has a special moment at the Barclay, man. But Bryson Boone Paul, Deontay Wilder, man, this is 50. We out of here. Peace.
Blessing, blessing. Please, brother.